get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. Driving it straight, a big part of playing this golf course well, and that's a good start there in the fairway at the first.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Well, the ball is on the green. That's about all I can say with that. With a short wedge in hand, you'd expect that certainly be much closer than that.
Yeah, that's a pretty good putt. Just a little bit off the mark. Now, from one of golf's newest jewels in the Pacific Northwest, EA Sports proudly welcomes you to Bandon Dunes Golf Resort on the central coast of Oregon. Rich Lerner joined up in the booth by Frank Nobilo. Frank, there's nothing like it early tee time to get the adrenaline flowing.
And also, too, the golf course is perfect. Less divots. You don't see any sort of marks on the green. Greens are going to putt beautifully. There's also, the course is a little bit softer. It's got the moisture from overnight. And also, when they've cut the golf course, there's that really green, fresh smell, like it's brand new. That had to be in the rough the whole way. One more bounce back on the fairway.
The shot from 105 yards away.
That's a really solid shot. Smack bang into the middle of the green. She should be happy.
Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
Well, even though this is a longer putt, it's very makeable. Mostly flat overall, maybe just a slight break to the right, but not very much.
Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. On to our first par 5 of the round, the 563-yard third hole. Bunkers dot the fairway on each side, and they're penal. But if you can avoid those, you'll find a wide, receptive green that will yield its share of 3s and 4s. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. A 5-footer now for birdie. Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par. The 8th hole is a par 4 at 385 yards. This one, similar in a lot of ways to the 3rd hole. The bigger hitters can easily clear those 2 fairway bunkers and, in theory, leave just a little pitch on for their 2nd. Oh, that is way right. A little too much roll on the back end there, and this is going to wind up diving into the heavy stuff. It'll take some effort from this buried lie, but a chance now to still reach this green in 2. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And this certainly won't have too much movement in it other than the slope taking it down the hill.
Oh, the pace was spot on. That ball somehow just decided not to go down. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. Well, whereas the 8th was a short par 4, nothing short about our closing hole here on this front side. The par 5 9th topping out at 585 yards, the longest hole on the course. That said, birdie is certainly not out of the equation. That is, if you can avoid the pot bunkers in the landing area off the tee.
While there's good bounces, there's bad bounces. That was a good one.
So in the fairway, but a pretty good number to carry here for a second to the par 5.
Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You're advanced the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely took the green out of play. Airmailed. That is a big mistake.
Okay, little 2-footer for birdie, not a problem. And that was well played. We begin the back 9 here at Bandon Dunes with a par 4 measuring out at 380 yards. It's yet another hole where that blue ocean catches your eye in the distance beyond. This hole, fairly straightforward, but big hitters should take note of that pot bunker that sits about 30 yards short of the green. Well, that is right and way offline. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. Had to take the boxing gloves off on that one. No touch whatsoever, and this is a long, long putt coming back. One under on the deck. The rolling hills of Oregon provide the backdrop to this par 5 13th hole. At 553 yards, it is reachable in 2. Big dunes in the fairway could make the stance awkward for that second shot, but a big green that measures better than 50 yards head to toe does yield a good number of eagle putts. All right, in the fairway. That one was running so hot.
Two good shots on this par 5. Leaves that simple little chip, and that was beautifully played.
Okay, little 2-footer for birdie, not a problem, and that was well played. On a course with so many great vistas, this is visually a tough hole, this par 4 14. Look out in the fairway and you'll see pot bunkers to contend with in your landing area. If you can stay left of the danger, you will have a better look into an elongated green. This may be a touch right. That was close to being good, but it'll hop off the fairway and into the heavy stuff. The lie is not a friendly one, but still a chance to get on in two with a good shot here. Yeah, not a great lie, and that's on the green, but with work to do. This for birdie now at 14.
And there's no space for a lapse in concentration here. Perhaps a little bit further away than we would have liked, but a two-putt would be a very good result.
Right, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. This is one of the signature holes here at Bandon Dunes, the par 4 16. Some golfers play for the upper fairway, which gives you a bit of an angle to the green. Others, they stay down low, which is maybe a little safer. A third option is just to try and carry it over everything, but beware the pot bunkers and the gorse if you choose option C. Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. Five feet now for birdie. Yes, a good look at that one all the way in. It's a birdie that pushed that score to 3 under for the round. A lot of these holes here at Bandon Dunes have big, wide landing areas. That is not the case here at the par 4 17. You'll need to thread the needle here with bunkers on either side, thick rough on the left, and a canyon to the right. But a safe drive in the fairway can yield a pretty good look at your second.
Ball's back in the fairway. I guess it's better to be lucky than good.
I'm thinking about 90 yards from here.
Another example of her excellent balance and timing, and that's a good shot.
A look here for birdie at 17.
Not a ton in this, but you have to hit it firm.
Got it there, but not quite on target.
Yeah, that's surprising. You wouldn't think he'd leave that short.
So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. On to the home hole to wrap up the round here at Bandon Dunes. And after battling to get here, isn't it nice to have a birdie hole to take you to the clubhouse? That's what we have with this 558-yard par 5. Simply avoid the bunkers off the tee, and you should have a good chance to reach this green in two. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
A dead-on look here for birdie. Ah, yes, well done. It's birdie to move to 4 under now on the day. So, partner, as always, I enjoyed it. Watching golf, calling golf. Let's do it again soon.
We got the best seat in the house, Rich.
So, for Frank Nobilo, Nota Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. EA Sports and the PGA Tour, so proud to bring you continuing coverage of the world of golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on, so I'll ask the question. Right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first. Welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports' continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special. And that is not a fairway hit. It's definitely gone into the rough. Certainly not the start everybody was expecting.
Second shot now at this opening hole.
That's a good shot out of the rough. Really controlled the lack of spin out of the grass. Ball didn't jump either, so did not go over the green.
Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
Well, this one's all about a light touch in the hands. There's really not a lot of break in it, but it will gain speed as it goes down this ridge.
Not quite online, and that'll drift a couple feet by. This is EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green, Rich. I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways, greens. That's the secret.
We'll get right out to the action here as we head to the tee at the par 4 first.
Oh, talk about a friendly kick. I never got those. It could have stayed in the rough for the same price.
So going well up the hill to that green, we'll need to take an extra club here. This one's looking good.
And first iron shot of the day, and absolutely pipes it.
Should make this about 80% of the time. It's for birdie.
Ah, yes, very well read. To 100 now for the day. We head to the third now, our first par 5 at 563 yards. Bunkers appear to be scattered on either side of the fairway, so accuracy is a must. This green is definitely reachable in 2, but it does run nearly 50 yards from front to back, so if your approach isn't on target, you could be left with a putt of better than 100 feet. And that EA Sports and the PGA Tour, so proud to bring you continuing coverage of the world of golf. Alongside Frank Novelo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
So out to the course we go, and let's pick up the action on the tee at the par 5 third. This one starting a hair right. Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. Now from a little less than 200 yards, this a second to the par 5. That one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, yeah. That's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. The 8th hole here at Bandon takes us back toward the ocean. It's a par 4 at 385 yards, so it's not a long one. If you can successfully navigate or vomit over those 2 fairway bunkers, you could leave yourself with not much more than 50 yards or so for your approach. That's not going as intended.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Good soft hands. That is nicely done. Coming off the eagle, this for birdie. Yeah, walk that one right in. That's a good putt. And it's in for a birdie. On now to the finishing hole here on Bandon Dunes' front side, the par 5 9th. It's the longest on the course, measuring out at 585 yards. You'll find a handful of pot bunkers in the inopportune spots along the way. But if you can navigate your way around them, you just might wind up with a birdie putt. No fairway here. This one in that rough. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot. Shot after shot. More evidence there with that beautiful touch.
Yeah, that's nicely done. Good playing there as she finishes off her birdie. The backside begins here with the par 4 10th hole at 380 yards. The big hitters will feel like they can get it down there pretty close. An approach from the right side might be a bit shorter, but you'll get a better angle if you come at it from the left. So now from just off the green, call it the fringe. This will be long and tricky, but it is a look for eagle. This one measures out to 15 feet. No. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. We come now to the 13th, a 553-yard par 5. This hole reachable in 2. You may need to get lucky, though, on your drive, as rolling dunes could leave you with an uphill flyer lie or a tough downhill shot to contend with. No issues here. That is into the fairway. Now a big spot here for something good. This is a short second to the par 5. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. So now just a short one left for her eagle. Oh yeah, that's how you take advantage of a par 5. It's in for an eagle 3. Superb. On to a tough one now, the par 4 14th, listed at 390 yards. Pot bunkers are the worry here. There are 5 of them to contend with all told, and none are easy outs. The green is a narrow one as well, with a good amount of tilt from back to front. Ooh, that started well right. Ooh, and that went straight down. That's going to be tough from there. So even from the thick stuff, a chance still to possibly reach this green in regulation. We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
Ball coming downhill from the top side of the hole, but shouldn't be that much break in it.
That one just going to sneak on by. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. So now it's on to the 18th here at Bandon Dunes. The fog's starting to thicken up a bit as we reach this 558-yard par 5. The big key is avoiding the bunkers off the tee. Do that, and you'll have a good chance to get out of here with a birdie or maybe even an eagle. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well. A good 200 yards away from a good lie in the fairway. But that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Now, wouldn't this be something to cap the round? A long look at a closing eagle. Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, can't take those for granted. Good concentration there, and it's in for a birdie. So, Frank, another round in the books, and that welcome in, everyone, to EA Sports' continuing coverage of PGA Tour Golf. With Frank Nobilo by my side, I'm Rich Lerner. Frank, as weekend golfers know, there's always part of your game that you're focused on. So I'll ask the question, what are you going to be looking at here today?
Tee to green, Rich. I know people always say putting's important. I'm not going to say it's overrated, but tee to green. If you want to play good golf day in, day out, fairways, greens. That's the secret.
So out to the course we go, and let's pick up the action on the tee at the par 5 third. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony, and a great result in the fairway.
In the fairway, shouldn't be more than 200 yards to the flagstick.
Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Doesn't look like a lot of movement to this one. It's for eagle. Oh man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. This is EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
Oh, a miss there. That is way right. Oh, and that is not going to be playable there. That is going to be out of bounds on the first shot of the round. Okay, this one going to stay in the field of play, and even better than that, it's in the fairway. The green is up above, and this will play at least a club longer. .21-foot putt set to go. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. So, problems here early on. It's a double bogey 6 to get the round underway. On now to the second here at Bandon Dunes, a long par 3 coming in at 220 yards, and it is every bit of those 220 as well, as it can play up to 30 feet uphill depending on the tee box. Fortunately, shots that run long do have a tendency to funnel back down. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass.
Good chance to save par after that beautiful flop shot. Looked in trouble there at one stage.
So that could likely calm the nerves after the rocky opening hole. It's a par here at the second. On to our first par 5 of the round, the 563-yard third hole. Bunkers dot the fairway on each side, and they're penal. But if you can avoid those, you'll find a wide, receptive green that will yield its share of 3s and 4s. And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. But that one had to feel good.
Yeah, it struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Had a pretty good run at it. That would have been a nice eagle, but couldn't quite find the line. A great opportunity here for birdie. Yeah, a nice turnaround from the double at 1, par at the 2nd. Now, a birdie here at the 3rd. Next up, we reach the par 4 4th, measuring out at 443 yards. The bunker left of the fairway complicates things a bit, and it is easy to run a tee shot right through the fairway. But if you do wind up in the short grass, the approach shot is one of the most panoramic in golf. That one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. Digging in here, readying her 2nd from the fairway bunker. Well, lesson there, I think, is if you find the bunker, you're just asking for trouble. Short of the green and a lot of work to do to salvage par.
21 feet from pay dirt.
Yep, good damage control right there. That is a nice putt to salvage a bogey. On now to the number 1 handicap hole on the course. That is the 445-yard par 4 fifth. This one plays right along the bluffs of the Pacific. Keeping it straight here is the big key because trouble lurks on either side if your tee shot or your approach are wayward. Nothing to fault there, safely in the fairway. Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short. Yeah, good bounce back par there. Still time to get this round turned around, and that won't hurt a bit. We continue our turn northward along the bluffs as we come to the par 3 sixth. It's another stout one at 217 yards. Most golfers will be happy to play toward the right center part of this large green and stay away from the trouble, including the cliff on the left. Okay, safely aboard. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And this is one where you just got to keep the hand steady and the wrist quiet, making sure you get it started on line.
Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. We head away from the coast now due east as we come to the par 4 7. A big, wide fairway should make the tee shot manageable, but from there, this three-tiered clover-shaped green provides a lot of opportunities for three putts if that approach wedge is not dialed in. And that ball absolutely walloped. That is a big drive there. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. Substantial movement on this putt right to left, and it's from distance, so this one not just about speed, but line as well. Yeah, that's good pace, just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. The 8th hole is a par 4 at 385 yards. This one, similar in a lot of ways to the 3rd hole. The bigger hitters can easily clear those 2 fairway bunkers and, in theory, leave just a little pitch on for their 2nd. Side. Oh, that is squeezing every inch of distance out of the golf swing. That was as powerful as you're going to see. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze.
And that's all set up by the big tee shot. You put yourself in that good of a position in the fairway just short of the green, and good things are bound to happen.
You bet. Easy as can be. That's in for birdie. Well, whereas the 8th was a short par 4, nothing short about our closing hole here on this front side. The par 5 9th topping out at 585 yards, the longest hole on the course. That said, birdie is certainly not out of the equation. That is, if you can avoid the pot bunkers in the landing area off the tee. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. So after 2 good shots to get here, this a long look for a possible eagle. Oh, yes, that was tracking the whole way. What a putt that was. It's down for an eagle. We begin the back 9 here at Bandon Dunes with a par 4 measuring out at 380 yards. It's yet another hole where that blue ocean catches your eye in the distance beyond. This hole, fairly straightforward, but big hitters should take note of that pot bunker that sits about 30 yards short of the green.
What a way to feel. Eagle on the previous hole, just swinging easy and just stripes another one. You playing with house money?
Okay, that's acceptable there. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Got it there, but not quite on target. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. The 11th here at Bandon Dunes at 452 yards, a par 4. The putt bunker left of the fairway is the main concern on the tee shot. From there, an uphill second takes you to a green that slopes away and back toward the ocean beyond. That is poetry in motion right there. What a golf swing, and a big drive as well. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
We've got 137 left to the flag. Pin tucked in the front left-hand portion of the green today.
Not sure what happened there. Wrong club selection or execution. Regardless, a lot of meat still on that bone.
The strike was fine on the pitch shot. Ball first, then turf. Just wasn't really hit hard enough.
Oh, kidding. This game's unfair sometimes. That looked in the whole way. Cleans that up in the hole. They make their par threes long here at Bandon Dunes. This one, the 12th, measures out at 238 yards. This one at least is slightly downhill. Areas of concern include that putt bunker short and left, and then the thicker stuff that comes into play if you knock it over the back. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
Went with the flop shot. All credit there, just not enough speed. Ball comes up considerably short.
Nope. So a drop shot right there, and now at 1 over par for the day. The rolling hills of Oregon provide the backdrop to this par 5 13th hole. At 553 yards, it is reachable in 2. Big dunes in the fairway could make the stance awkward for that second shot, but a big green that measures better than 50 yards head to toe does yield a good number of eagle putts. Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. Now, from way down there, a good look at a second to the par 5. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly. Two good shots on this par 5. Leaves that simple little chip, and that was beautifully played.
Okay, little 2-footer for birdie, not a problem, and that was well played. On a course with so many great vistas, this is visually a tough hole, this par 4 14th. Look out in the fairway and you'll see pot bunkers to contend with in your landing area. If you can stay left of the danger, you will have a better look into an elongated green. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
Okay, on the green, but that's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. The line, perfect there. And that's in for a birdie. On now to the final par 3 on the course, the 15th, listed at 206 yards. Don't be lulled to sleep by the sound of crashing waves and seagulls. This hole can bite you, especially if you don't avoid that front right bunker, the deepest on the course. Yeah, not quite enough on that one. It's going to take this slope and come back off the front of the green. The tee shot left her here on the par 3, now a long one for her second.
Just nothing really on that chip shot. it's a waste.
Okay, it won't be a third straight birdie, but it is a fine putt there to save par. Maybe the prettiest hole on the golf course, this par 4 16th. A plethora of options off the tee. Most end up deciding to see just how close to the green they can get it. Beware, though, of the ever-present bend and dunes pot bunkers, as well as some pretty thick gorse off to the right.
Well, I'm curious what sort of shot you're going to have from there, but one thing I do know, when you're on a tee box, you get a great lie.
Birdie putt now at 16.
And an ideal look here, just moving slightly to the left.
Oh, man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. Feast or famine here on this par 4 17th at 405 yards. There are no good misses off the tee. Left has pot bunkers and thick gorse. Right with a long bunker and the side of a canyon to contend with. Best to just put one right down the middle, but that's easy for me to say. Well, look out. That is way right. And I don't think that ball is going to wind up being playable. That area is considered out of bounds. Yeah, much better there. No questioning whether this is in bounds. It is right there in the fairway.
this from about 10 feet.
Yeah, that's a good escape right there. Out of bounds off the tee, but in the end, it leads to just the one drop shot. On to the home hole to wrap up the round here at Bandon Dunes. And after battling to get here, isn't it nice to have a birdie hole to take you to the clubhouse? That's what we have with this 558-yard par 5. Simply avoid the bunkers off the tee, and you should have a good chance to reach this green in two. And that one not going to stop in time. It'll roll all the way into the bunker. Looking for a rousing finish, a second out of the sand at 18. Okay, that's back into the fairway. Certainly didn't get all of that one, but the end result is a positive.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
Well, if that's the last iron shot of the day, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, it's a nice finish, a birdie at 18. And that will finish off a 1-under round of 71. Frank, pleasure as always. I'm sure we've got lots more rounds to look forward to.
Yeah, well done, Rich. We fooled them again.
So, for Frank Nobilo, Notabigay III, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone. Set upon the cliffs, high above the Pacific Ocean below, there's a look at the majestic South Course at Torrey Pines, site of this edition of EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And Frank, this is such a beautiful golf course, but it's reachable, isn't it? It's open to the public.
Yeah, we just don't have enough great public venues, but this certainly is one, not just the prize to go out and play, but the fact that everybody's able to play. I learnt golf on a public golf course. I think just about every player that, sort of got to be a professional learnt golf on a public golf course. And that's why these courses have to be looked after.
So 9 holes is the choice here today. Let's get things started here at the par 4 first. Oh no, lost that one dead right.
Rough off the tee, straight out of the gate. That's interesting. So much will depend on the lie.
Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Staring at 142 to the hole. Pin is in the back right corner of this green.
You can't go wrong with finding the middle of the green. That's well done. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. This is well back there and into the hill. Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. We move now to the short but demanding 389-yard par 4 second here at Torrey Pines. Fairway wood or hybrid might be the play here. That's the kind of swing you want to break down and study. Perfect tempo on the backswing, club head pointing to the target, and then just an explosion through impact. Very well done. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Oh, kind of bladed that one. Got it out, but it is now in the rough.
But really, out of that lie, you have to take the risk. Actually, even perhaps come up short. That was way too safe. Flew the ball on the green and consequently was not going to stop.
Now, from the home of the PGA Tour and the host of its flagship tournament, the Players' Championship, EA Sports welcomes you to the first coast of Florida and TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner, pleased to be joined here in the booth by my partner, Frank Nobilo. And Frank, so much talk about when you look at this course as a whole, but what are the must-dos when you play a track like this?
Try and keep the ball in the fairway, because Pete Dye, I mean, he did a great job of trying to deceive you off the tee. A lot of the times, you know, you think the trouble's on the right when really it's on the left. It's another one too, stock plenty of golf balls, but home of the PGA Tour and always worth a quick 18 holes.
That one looking a little right.
And that is not a fairway hit. It's definitely gone into the rough. Certainly not the start everybody was expecting. A touch long, a touch left. But still, how good can you putt?
That one just going to sneak on by. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par.
Frank, what do you make of the par 5 second?
Doglegs to the left, so there's a decision to be made here all the time, but a good hooking tee shot. That takes the trees on the left out of play and even the rough on the right. Good tee shot here. I've seen people get home with as little as a 5-iron.
Now, from TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, this is EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour golf.
Rich Lerner joined up in the booth by Frank Nobilo. Frank, there's nothing like it early tee time to get the adrenaline flowing.
And also, too, the golf course is perfect. Less divots. You don't see any sort of marks on the green. Greens are going to putt beautifully. And there's also, the course is a little bit softer. It's got the moisture from overnight. And also, when they've cut the golf course, there's that really green, fresh smell, like it's brand new.
That is so well done, just generating so much torque through the swing, high launch angle. That was just about perfect. Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway.
It was a good shot coming in here. I know it's a little long, but still inside that 10-foot circle is always good and even money, really, to make birdie.
Yes, nicely done. It's in for birdie, and it's into red figures now at 1 under par.
How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
That one going to be in great shape. So following the birdie at 1, a solid drive here at the second.
Oh, such a sweet 3-wood. Actually too good, if anything. It just flew through the air. And a little unlucky that first bounce. That was like rock hard.
So not much more than a tap in there for a birdie, and what a start. 2 under through 2 holes.
Frank, a nice mix of holes to start. So here we go with a par 3 at the 3rd.
Very narrow at the front of the screen, and that bunker too. You don't actually see it off the tee, the back left bunker, and it sneaks into that left side. So if that flag is on the left, just be careful.
Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. Nota Begay down on 3 green to look at this putt for birdie.
And a very makeable look here. Not too much undulation at all. Maybe just a slight move to the right.
Yeah, that's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Count them. 3 birdies in a row to start this round. Frank, how important is positioning off the tee here?
Well, we saw a positional tee shot at 1 and 2. This is another one here at 4.
she's starting this one toward the right.
Now this second shot from 170 yards.
In my book, that's a good shot. You can really aim at the middle of just about every single green. If you did it all day long, some of those would finish up close, and you'd have plenty of birdie putts.
Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par.
Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 fifth.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, little left to right.
We've already seen some narrow landing areas on these first few holes. Number 5, no different, and that is really a good tee shot there. From the fairway, Noda, her second coming up.
156 yards left. Pin is in the far back portion of this green.
Well, Rich, I didn't expect this sort of fireworks here today, but already with some birdies on the card and another one here by the looks of things.
That's as stress-free a birdie as you're going to get on this course. That is well done. Hole number 6, 393 yard, par 4. What's in store for us here, Frank?
Another one really where you're just trying to poke it down there. When you stand on that back tee, there's an overhanging limb that you just get an eye of. So if you try and hit that ball a little too low, that's going to encourage a miss hit.
And that ball absolutely walloped. That is a big drive there.
Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. Now this for birdie.
And a very straightforward look here, down the hill with no break.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side. Just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that, it's actually a pretty good line.
Is starting up the right side. Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. Wasn't right down the middle, but it wasn't bad at all, coming at this second shot from the right side of the fairway. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game. Job was made harder by the second shot coming up short, but excellent use of the flop shot and a chance to escape with a par.
Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. TPC Sawgrass, the fabled stadium course designed by the legendary Pete Dye. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And here at the 8th, Frank, most players are happy walking out of here with a par 3.
And the reason why, it's a very narrow entry to this green. It's just littered with bunkers around, left, behind, to the side, and even short. Once you get further up the green, though, even though this is sort of an undulating green, it starts to widen up. So don't get trapped into just looking at the front of this hole.
Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. A look here at birdie.
And this is one where you just got to keep the hand steady and the wrist quiet, making sure you get it started on line.
Got it there, but not quite on target. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. Closing out the front side with the par 5, 583-yard ninth. Don't say this too often in this, the era of the long bomber, but this for most is actually a 3-shot par 5. You can get there in 2, but it requires accuracy and 2 enormous shots. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot.
Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot. Just a gorgeous shot. This has been a clinic today.
Not much more than a tap in there. It is a birdie at the 9th, and that will be a 31 on the front side, 5 under par.
Frank, now on to the 10th at Sawgrass.
A fairly straight par 4, but that's not the way to play it. You really want to go to the right, well away from the fairway bunker that runs all the way down the left side. That turns it into a little bit of a dogleg left. Then you're going to come across that front bunker into a green that, well, is anything other than flat. Those trees are like brick walls today. Hit that and went straight down into the rough.
Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
Yes, 135 yards left to the flag. Pin in the back right portion of this green.
When in doubt, middle of the green will work just fine. Lot of green to travel here, but this is for birdie. No, that needed a little more pace to really let the slope do its thing, and that one comes up short. Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. Hole number 11, 558 yard, par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here.
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity.
It all looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive.
that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
The speed was right what you want, but the eagle putt doesn't go down. Okay, that nothing more than a tap, and that's how this round has gone. Just a sensational display so far. Redesigned for the 2017 Players Championship, the 358-yard par 4 12th here at TPC Sawgrass offers a risk-reward proposition. You can try and drive the green, but that water hazard on the left is a consideration. Well, that is right, and that could be trouble.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
"11 feet away." Nope. Let one get away right there. That is a really frustrating bogey 5 at the 12th. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
That one safely on the putting surface. Now this for another birdie.
Now this demands a classy touch. There's not a lot of movement in it, but it will be quick.
Yeah, that's good putt. That was a slippery one, but that's well done.
So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par.
Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot, but often the eyes wander to that water down the left side. And of course, if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right, where those hillocks and thick rough is, and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
Oh, that is way right.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Not a big issue, though it is in the rough. Should have a go at this one. Second shot now, 14th hole. Pretty far from the hole, but still on the green, and that's never too bad. This one of the longest putts you can have on a golf course, though it is for birdie. Look at this putt. That is something special right there. From that far away to gauge that speed, that is so well done. Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that in for a par. Back to the TPC Sawgrass, the 15th hole. It's a par 4 as we make our way to this finishing stretch. And Frank, what's in store for the players here?
Another one of those par 4s around 450 yards. Ideally hit it tee shot down the right side, keeping it away from that bunker, but that's a flat bunker down the right with no lip, so it's still not too bad. Biggest problem here is that green. So many undulations on this green.
I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect, and a good result as well. So this, Iona, her second from the fairway.
125 is the number, just a flick. And the pin, it's in the front portion of the green.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
has it going at 5 under.
You licking your chops here, Frank, as a player, when you get to this tee box?
Well, it's an opportunity. A 4 here certainly makes the mood better when you walk to 17 and then 18. So a 4 here is more than just making a birdie on a par 5.
How copy? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Hold on, I'll shut this shit